Hello everybody, Animation Trainer here, and today we're gonna talk about Spider-Man 3. Now, this is known as the most hated sequel of all time. And honestly, I could see why by how this film is. Now, I'm gonna start off with all the negatives. The movie has way too many subplots. Like, there's the plot where Peter has to deal with the black suit Spider-Man suit, and he has to deal with it after he ends up being all rude to people and stuff after he gets it. And then there's the one where yeah, so the Peter plot is, well, all right. So the majority of the subplots are either bland or takes way too many elements from the other two films. And with the Peter one, honestly, it's kind of the best one. It's the most interesting one. Then there's the one where Harry tries to get revenge on Peter just so that because he killed his father, but that just takes elements from the second film, and I will say that it is handled a little bit better since it shows how he becomes the Green Goblin Jr. I thought that was a well portrayal. Then there's the one where Harry tries to propose to Mary Jane, which just takes way too many elements from the second film, which I thought was pretty bad, especially since towards the end I literally don't care about it anymore. Then there's the one where Sandman tries to go and try to escape from jail, and yeah, just so that he could see his daughter, which is probably one of the more bland ones. It's super bland, and I don't care about Sandman at all until the very end of the film. Yeah. Then there's the one with Buck. I believe that was his name. It was either Buck or Brock. I forgot his name. Where honestly I don't like this guy, especially since he becomes Venom later, and he is a terrible Venom. He is just the worst person ever to play as Venom. I hate you, Sony. Yeah. Yeah. Way too many subplots, and the majority of them aren't good at all. Yeah. And with the graphics, sometimes they try to do special effects with Sandman, and while it does look good at times, especially during the final battle, yeah, at times it doesn't look very realistic. And Venom's design also is meant to look intimidating, but instead I just see a human. No, I don't see Venom. No, I don't. I hate your Venom. I really do in this film. Venom's supposed to be awesome, but why is he so bland, forgettable, and just stupid? Another problem this film has is way too many villains. There's Green Goblin Jr., aka Harry, who, like I said, is probably the most well-developed character in this entire film. There's Venom, which I already talked about a lot already. Then there's Sandman, which, like I said, is bland and isn't good until the very end of the film. And that's the very end of the film, right after the boss fight. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's right. It's Black Suit Spider-Man. Unlike with Venom, where it just doesn't look realistic, I will say that Black Suit Spider-Man looks pretty cool. Yeah, he looks really cool. And hey, at least we get to see some sick dance moves from Peter. No? Not funny? Aww. Well, there's also... And now let me move on to most of the positives now. Sure, some of the effects don't look very realistic, like the meteorite scene towards the beginning, but when it looks realistic, it still looks really nice. Like the final battle towards the end, and the battle between Black Suit Spider-Man and Sandman. all those battles look amazing and are some of the true highlights of the film. And if it wasn't for the unrealistic special effects, I'd say it probably looked better than the first two Spider-Man films. Yeah. And I will say that the first hour was and I will say that the first hour everything was just fun. Like it just felt like a really fun movie. And it really did feel like as fun as the first two. Of course, after the first hour, everything started to fall a little. And then, of course, I still like Peter's character. In fact, I really like his character development throughout the film where he has to deal with the black suit Spider-Man suit. I really like his character development. Yeah. Then MJ, I don't like anymore because now she just feels like the generic love interest, unlike the first two films where they actually gave her a personality. Yeah. Then with Aunt May, she's not as important as she was in the first two, but she still is pretty. But she's still not generic. I mean, she still does help Peter quite a bit throughout the film. Like, and she also gives a good message where even if no matter how dangerous someone tries to do something with, they still don't deserve to die. And I thought that was a well portrayed message. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Sandman's story where he tries to save his daughter. I have no idea where this is going. In fact, it just feels like they're just trying to bring back Uncle Ben's story, which was already talked about quite enough in the first film. Yeah, it was. But no, they had to bring it back so that Peter could get revenge again. Because the writers were running out of ideas. But let me move back to the positives. Like I said, the first hour was a lot of fun, and there are a couple jokes that actually did make me laugh. And I really like the music in this film, especially the Spider-Man movie theme. Sure, it was in the first two, but they actually play it more here. In fact, once they started playing that music, like when Spider-Man came out towards the end, I was just hyped. Yeah. However, all those positives can't save this from getting a 6 out of 10. Yeah. I had to give it a 6 because of all the flaws they had. But I do not think this is a terrible film. I don't even dislike this movie. But at the same time, I don't like this movie. It's quite in between. But I still think there are still, even with the negatives, there are still a lot of good positives. Yeah. But thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. And thanks for sticking with me for the longest review I ever made. So thanks, guys. See you next